Should you have to pay to meet your favorite driver? Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, it's Taylor Kitchen, and welcome back to the ATYL Media channel. And I want to talk about something that created a lot of buzz on social media this past weekend from an image that North Wilkesboro Speedway posted on their social accounts that made people pretty upset. It was a driver autograph sign for Chase Elliott at the merchandise hauler that basically said, hey, you gotta buy a 124 in order to get an armband to get an autograph from Chase Elliott during his autograph session time. And that ticked a lot of people off. So the question is that fair to ask of your fans? So that's the question that we're going to hope to answer in this video, along with giving you some alternatives of how you can meet your favorite drivers in ways that are free if you're not aware of them right now. But let's start off with the basic premise that at the beginning of 2024, in a fans first initiative, NASCAR and these teams announced that they were going to be spending more time at these merchandise haulers signing autographs for fans all across the board, which I think was wonderful and sorely needed in the sport. However, with that came the rise of pay to play, and I'm going to use that in turn instead of using paying to get an autograph because it's punchier and it's quicker for me to say. And of course, seeing more and more of these pop up from these drivers and these teams have made fans pretty upset. But here's the thing though, this pay to play is not new. This type of format and situation has been around in NASCAR for a long time. And get this, Chase Elliott is not the only driver to do this. Some people pointed out in the comment section of that photo from North Wilkesboro that Josh Berry, for his autograph time, the same situation happened for him as well. The same thing goes for Daniel Suarez. Buddy Pooley, that you know from On Tour on the ATYL Media channel, asked him, hey, you're at Daniel Suarez's autograph sessions quite a bit. What's the situation there? Typically from that, you have to end up purchasing something in order to get a wristband or in order to get in line to get an autograph. However, the amount you spend depends on the track, so it varies race per race. So those drivers, at least that we know of and that we have examples of, do have this sort of pay to play system when it comes to getting autographs at their merchandise hauler. But why do we do this? Why would we want fans to buy merchandise in order to get their drivers autograph at the racetrack? Well, there's three reasons I honed in on. First up, promotes merchandise sales. That's pretty simple. It's expensive to produce this merchandise, and it's way more expensive to get these haulers to the racetrack. So when you're able to up your merchandise sales, it helps offset some of that cost. The second reason is to contain these lines. Not every fan is going to be able to purchase an $80 to $140 die cast or purchase even like a $50 t-shirt or something like that. Not every fan can do that, and it gatekeeps it a little bit, and I don't like the feeling, again, of paying to play. But in this way, you are containing the amount of people that will wait and can wait for a certain driver because these drivers have a finite amount of time to be able to sign things for fans at the merchandise haulers before they have to go to a media appearance or a sponsorship appearance on race day. So having this type of system in place also lessens the amount of people in line waiting for a driver. The last thing that was brought to my attention was scalpers. Now, scalpers are not new in this industry. They're not new in sports, period. But nothing is worse than waiting in line to get an autograph from your favorite driver, and the guy or person right ahead of you has a tub full of die casts just waiting to be signed. And you know damn well those die casts are not for them. They're going to turn around and sell those die casts. And ultimately, sometimes when these scalpers or sometimes just overzealous fans bring way too many things for a driver to sign, a driver doesn't want to say no, so they're going to sign it. But that takes up time from other fans to be able to get signatures and have those special moments with those drivers. But I think about scalpers in particular because these systems are put in place for that reason, not solely for this reason, but a lot of it has to do with shortening those lines and trying to deter scalpers. So all of that to say, the buying merchandise to get an autograph situation is not new, but not every driver is doing this right now. According to the folks at the Noah Gragson Nation fan club, shout out to you guys, to get an autograph from Noah Gragson at his merchandise hauler, all you gotta do is just be first. You just gotta wait in line and hopefully Noah will be able to get to you. Now again, these drivers have a finite amount of time, but Noah has been notoriously really good at making sure everybody gets a signature that asks for one, and you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to get a wristband, typically is the case for at least Noah Gragson. And I like the idea of first come, first serve, but I like the idea of wristbands much more because it ensures those who have taken the time to wait in line will in fact get their autograph, will in fact get that piece of merchandise that they have signed. Because a lot of times in these lines, you see people will cut, or maybe some people will wrap around to the other side of the hall or get a driver's attention to try to get an autograph, and they just showed up. They didn't put in the hours and time to wait. So a wristband ensures that your patience pays off and you're guaranteed a spot to get an autograph. Waiting in line for a wristband when an autograph session is later in the day also ensures that you have time to enjoy your time at the racetrack. You're not spending the entire time waiting. And I think back to this 2018 Taylor waited 4 hours in line at Chase Elliott's Holler to get an autograph with my sister. Again, throwback to fan era Taylor, but we waited in line because we chose to, right? We wanted to get that time, but there were no wristbands. It was basically, we hope to God that people trust the honor system and we're just going to wait in the front of the line and hope it works. And we did get that autograph. I did get a Funko Pop signed by him. But that's besides the point. I think wristbands are the way to go. It's something similar to what RFK does during their fan days. They give out a wristband or a ticket to those who wait in line. They hand them out at a certain time, and then the autograph session follows shortly after. But with any system like this, you're either paying with your time or your wallet or both. And if you want to pay with your wallet for the potential, and I'm going to highlight here potential to get an autograph from your favorite driver, you're going to need to get a pre-race pass. These pre-race VIP passes give you access to the track prior to the main event on pit road, to the red carpet where the drivers are making their way to the driver intro stage, get you access to the front of the driver intro stage where you could potentially find your favorite driver, get an autograph for them. But again, it's not a guarantee, and again, that comes out of your wallet. But that requires you to be at the racetrack, and not every fan can make it to the racetrack. Not every fan can get to the track early enough due to logistics to wait in these long lines to guarantee themselves an autograph or something like that. So what are the alternative options? And I have an option for you that is free. Again, it requires some logistical planning and it requires you to be around the area of the track, but there are free options out there for you to get an autograph from your favorite driver. A good handful of these drivers go to free events around the area of the racetrack every single week prior to a race weekend to interact with the fans. A lot of it is partner activations. So let's say a driver might go to a local Walmart for a brand that they sponsor and sign autographs for a good hour to 2 hour window. This is free for anyone to go to. You just have to wait in the line. Again, you're paying with your time, and hopefully you'll get that autograph. Team Penske, for instance, has a section on their website that shows you where their drivers are going to be and when for these free autograph sessions. 2311 Racing, for instance, has done an excellent job promoting when their drivers are going to be at certain places. For instance, when Bubba Wallace makes those appearances at McDonald's. Again, another instance of where you're going to have to wait, but this is a chance for you to meet Bubba Wallace outside of the racetrack and getting to him before the race weekend. But again, this could be a logistical issue for fans who aren't traveling to the track until like Sunday morning or Saturday night, which totally negates the time that they would have to go to these events prior to maybe on like a Thursday or a Friday. If you're not able to travel, another option is to send your merchandise to a team via fan mail. Some teams still have this. But again, if you want that face-to-face interaction with a driver, something like that, then you are really looking at doing these free events, paying your way at the track, or something of the sort. All that to say, there are so many options and so many ways to meet your favorite driver and to get that autograph from your favorite driver, but you gotta look for these options. This video was definitely more of a rant, but I understand the frustration from a lot of you fans out there. We should not have to pay to meet our favorite driver, but you also see other series out there that aren't on the same level of popularity as NASCAR, where you can literally just go up to your favorite driver and just strike up a conversation. NHRA, for instance, is one of those great examples. They'll sign anything you want. They'll have a full-blown hour-long conversation with you. But it's the nature of that sport versus NASCAR and where they are at in terms of popularity and fan base. Nothing against NHRA. It is just very different. I love NHRA, but it is, again, very different. But are there any points that I missed out on in this video? Let me know in the comments below, and of course make sure to follow ATYL Media on all social media platforms for more great NASCAR and motorsports content. I'll see you next time. Bye.